And it's the Afterbath live stream. Yay! What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about, I don't know, what do you want to talk about? I'll tell you what I did today. You tell me what you did today. Woo! Dinner time. I actually just ate a little bit of leftover shepherd's pie from last night. I can pretty much live on one of these a day, I think. What did you guys do today? Hello, come on in. Let me set up the live stream here so that I can read your comments without my glasses. Oh, this one hasn't showed up yet. It's so weird because I used to be able to do all of the things, there we go, to the live stream before going live. And something happened where now I can't do that anymore. That's fine. So I'm going to make this available to subscribers only. So if you want to be in the chat with us, which I suggest you do if you're a cool person, then just subscribe right now, and in 5 minutes you'll be able to chat with us. Okay? And here we go. We're going to turn on some really balanced monetization. Let YouTube choose. Okay. Now we're good. Everybody's good. Here we go. I'll be able to read your chats now without my glasses. So, I've been doing a little bit of research on what's going on out there, you guys. And, like, the sun is going crazy with, like, coronal stuff. It's like spitting all this coronal stuff at us. Does anybody feel kind of weird? I mean, I always feel a little weird, but I felt particularly really crazy tired for like the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 days at least. I mean, maybe more than that, but it's been 4 or 5 days that I've been so tired. And so I've just like literally slept. I did get a walk in today and everything, but it was the slowest 2 miles I've ever walked. I almost had to frippin' crawl home because I'm just so worn out. So I did a little research. Oh, that's my cat. I might be low in iron, and I might need to supplement with some iron. But I also, someone mentioned that they were feeling like super fatigued like me, and and they said the D3, K2. So I took some of this today, like 2 of them, and then I took a nap. And that, and what else? I don't know, I'm kind of looking at some of this other stuff, like, is there iron in any of this stuff that I take? I don't really have any light over here, do I? Is it bright enough for you guys? Should I put more light on? I don't know. But anyway, let's do the after bath routine. What is the after bath routine? I don't know. I don't really have one. This is a mixture of castor oil and rose oil. It makes the castor oil thinner and less goopy. And then, of course, you got the benefit of rose, which is the quantum flower. And plus it smells amazing. I just picked up a bottle of rose oil at an Indian store. Indian sweets and spices locations, like International Grocery Store. You can get all kinds of really good oils that would cost you 3-4 times as much somewhere else. And what else? Obviously food. And just all kinds of stuff. International stores are great. Yeah. It's so dry here, and I've lost so much weight in the past, like 6 months, 8 months, something like that, that, like, it's a little scary when you lose weight and then you're like, uh-oh, Uh-oh. Is my skin gonna shrink to fit my body? Raspberry Pi, hi. You're new here. How you doing? What's happening? So, I swear by Arbonne products, but I haven't used them in a couple years, actually. Because, well, we know why. And so I've just been kind of researching, like, how can I get the same effects with other more, like, not expensive products, but more like, natural stuff. There's nothing that I've ever seen better that works as far as, like, literally anti-aging you than Arbonne products, but I can't with it. I can't walk into the store and buy it. I got to order it online, and in order to get your discounts and your deals and shit like that, you got to buy a quantity in bulk, which I'm happy to do sometimes, but sometimes I'm not happy to do it. Hey, James Steele, how are you? I hope everybody's having a great evening. Drop in the chat and tell me, where are you? Is it your morning or is it your evening? I know that we get people on it. I was doing like coffee in the mornings, but like half the world, it's their evening. And so I love to know where you guys are coming in from and what time of day it is and what you're doing and all that good stuff. It's evening for okay, so you're near me. Where are you? Like, what state or area? I don't need your address unless you want me to have it. Ohio? I'm from Ohio. I'm from Sylvania, originally. Uh-oh, I think all my deodorant is gone. Uh-oh. It's actually stuck in the mouth. Yeah, I'm from Sylvania. I went to Northview for a minute. Cincinnati? That's a great town. I never really knew anything about it until a couple years ago. I happened to stay in downtown in a hotel and walk around the city, and I'm like, what an incredibly beautiful downtown this is. And the murals and how they do like their like light show on the murals every year or something. I've never seen it, but it sounds amazing. Godfather, hi, how are you? It's nice to see ya. You guys are in the same time zone. James Steele and Godfather. Right down the I-75 from one another. You're about, I would say you guys are 10 hours drive from one another. Cincinnati to Atlanta. I'm in Nevada. It is not my favorite place, but I just moved from one area of town to a different area of town. I wish I would have come here first, 2 years ago. I like this area so much better. And then I was going to move here like a year ago, and the place wouldn't let me out of the lease. So I stayed, and we all know what happened after that. You're off I-85. Okay. Oh. I live right by I-80. Now, I-80 goes right, basically, not very far from where I grew up, which is kind of weird. I mean, not really, but kind of. Maybe. If you want it to be weird, it's weird. So, Buddy got to swim today. Shadow didn't get to swim, but he did get to go on a walk. I'll take him tomorrow. Summerlin, you know what? I was just down there. Watch some of my shorts. The part where we went and rolled a homeless camp was in Vegas. I-85 in Illinois? No, he was talking about, are you saying 185 or I-85? Godfather's in Atlanta, not in Illinois. Hi, Dog Woman. How are you? Nice to see you guys here. Hey, you guys, drop in the chat and let me know, where are you in the world? Is it your daytime or your nighttime? For me, it's 6:10 p.m. I'm in Nevada. I'm in Reno. It doesn't matter. Whatever. I mean, people can figure it out, I guess, pretty quickly. And I'm just tired of worrying about if people know where I'm at and stuff like that. I really just don't care at this point. Y'all want to be creepers. I guess. Whatever. Do you, boo-boo? And so, yeah, where are you guys? What's the freeway near your house? And I'm going to take my little itty-bitty bottle of... Oh, my God, they all do converge. Of, this is philosophy. It's called Grace. And just a little tiny little spray. I don't really like perfume, but there's a couple that I like a little bit of tiny. Amazing Grace by Philosophy. Number 5 by Chanel, of course. It was ruined for me, though, one year. My boss's wife, who also worked in the office, he got her... No, my boss got his wife number 5 for Christmas, and she was sick. So she couldn't smell it, but she wore way too much of it. And that was like, I don't know, that was like almost like 20 years ago, and I still can't wear it. Ugh. And then, do I hold my nose when I jump into water? I don't jump into water, and no, I would not hold my nose. You just breathe out. Like that. Obsession? Hi, Lori. Obsession. Yep, that hit us in the 80s, didn't it? And then I have another one that I like. What is it? You know what I really like and I haven't smelled in a very, very, very long time is white linen. Remember that perfume? Rando. White linen. Oh, honey, I am so sorry. I was very disturbed by the entire thing that went down in North Carolina, and I really, really wanted to go there. And it was much farther of a drive than I thought it was. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to let everybody on that side, and the people who can go. And I will stay here on this side of the country. And if there's some kind of disaster here that I need to be part of the rescue or whatever, I'm not a fucking professional like rescuer or anything. I just wanted to help. And I knew it was going to start snowing, and I've got this thing where I know how to keep the snow off of stuff and keep it dry so there's not like a layer of snowy, shitty ice on, you know. Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that, honey. And, you know, it's funny because people are like, well, we don't even know where our property line is now because everything's shifted. It's like, well, good thing for Google Earth. And things, you know, because they can show you the property lines. So you can walk around with your GPS and tag those property lines again, because the whole entire topography has changed in some ways. They can't even tell where stuff was because it's so different. I was a few years ago, I was all over that whole entire area, even including I stayed at Lake Lure for a few days. And we went down the lake to a restaurant and everything. It was just very beautiful, and it's just so heartbreaking. I can't even believe it. And Lake Lure is, oh, Bob, thank you. Lake Lure is now just like debris to the bottom. What are they going to do? Are they going to dredge the whole thing and get all that junk out of there? Oh my God, it's so crushing. Now, LA, not crushing. At all. Sorry. Totally avoidable. I believe that the thing in North Carolina was 100% engineered, and I think they're going to keep doing it until the lithium companies can just go in there and take what they want, because that's what they want. They wanted the real estate and people wouldn't sell. And so they're like, okay, we'll just get rid of you guys. We'll just wash you away. Because if you own the property and your family's owned the property for 30 years or whatever, who the fuck owns the land when the whole family is gone? Who owns the land when all the family's gone? They just take it back? That doesn't seem fair. Yeah, I'm really, really sorry. How's your family, though? You didn't lose your family, did you? Tell me no. Oh my God, they do? They're dredging it out now, huh? I haven't checked in for a little bit because if you've been following me, you know for the past several, lithium, for the past several weeks or a couple of months, I've been in my own shift, we'll call it. I've been in my own timeline jump. And it's interesting because I kind of want to jump forward, but in a way I went back. I went back to where I should have been 2.25 years ago. I should have landed here. But because I was susceptible to outside influences mostly, I did not. And now I'm learning, like, really, really what the negative impacts on my life are by allowing other people to influence my actions. They lifted a dam and flooded out the people. The dam was open in Canada and BlackRock Van. Yes, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely, Lori. It's disgusting. And, you know, there's such a thing as weather warfare. And that's what's happening. And in the UN Treaty of 1976 of Developed Nations that had weather technology, they agreed not to use it against one another as a weapon. But they can use it against their own people. No problem. If you want to wipe out a population or you want to take back an area of land, all you have to do is just flood the people out. Bye. And that's what's going to happen in LA. Once the rains start coming next month, all the burn area, all that is going to be mudslide. Where'd I learn that? It's happening in what? Where's PS? What? It's happening in northern Nevada. Oh, explain. Duke Energies. You guys are so smart. I love you. Yeah. Yeah, it's disturbing to say the least. They flood, then they dam. What do you mean? Nevada is so dry. Prior, it was all wet. Okay, so Reno is a highland and a wetland area. We have the Truckee River, Army Corps of Engineers, up in, down. Elko, isn't Elko between us? Huh. Well, anyway, I was just down in your area. Did you see the drama that ensued when my son didn't follow his mommy's advice? So, you know, your 20-year-old son thinks he knows everything. And he's not going to fucking listen to you. So when you tell him, don't leave your $1,000 scooter sitting anywhere for not even 1 single second, like, attach it to you, hold it or whatever, because people will just take it. If it's behind you and you're looking the other way, they'll take it. So he went into CVS and left it between the doors for 3 minutes and it was gone. I'm like, it takes 3 seconds to steal something like that. And he wouldn't just let it go. So we had to find it. Do you know about that? Did you guys see that drama? 5,000 homes. Wait. Minot, North Dakota. Oh no. Canada? That's very disturbing. There's so much that's disturbing, I had to stop knowing things that go on. Right? I used to be the one that was walking around informing the managers of, like, I would just try to educate everybody about chemtrails and GMOs. And I'm done with that. I wrote the book on gluten-free. I wrote the first gluten-free guidebook on the market in 2004. And I was trying to save everybody because I saw what was happening. Everybody was just going crazy, gaining weight. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. Listen to me. And people didn't want to listen. But I had to stop knowing so much because then I try to save people. Because I'm a Leo and an Aquarius moon. So, like, I'm a leader and I want to save humanity. So I kind of had to stop. It is a mind fuck. And that's why it's like I so, like, tomorrow I've got to take my Subaru in. And then after that, I need to just kind of get back out into the wild. I feel like I've been here too long. July 31st, Leo. I'm August 15th. Wow, I love Leos. Hi, Katie. Are you staring at me, psycho? You ever kind of look over and your cat's just like staring at you in a way where you're like, what are you thinking? That's kind of creepy. Ooh, cold. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'll be 55 August 15th. It's weird. I remember the moment I was in the 4th grade and it was in between classes and I realized I would be 30 in the year 2000. And I was in the 4th grade, so I was like 9 or 10. Probably 9. The favorite shirt. Not really, because it's not white. You know, you can't see nips in the black one. Because that's what people really love. Belly rub the dogs? You want me to belly rub the dogs? Okay, I'll do that in a few minutes. Whee! This is really cold, so I'm gonna bring that heater closer to me. Am I? How? Am I or am I not? I'm not. Maybe I should just turn it up and sit in here and sweat. HRT. Is that hormone replacement therapy? Detox? Hurt it. Hurt it. Hang on, honey. Let me turn this up a little bit. I'm gonna make it so hot in here that my hair dries. Anyway, so I was doing some research on what's going on with the sun. And there's all kinds of crazy energy coming off of the sun. Are you guys aware of this? That's not that pretty behind me, is it? I need to put my Salvador Dali painting behind me. What do you think? Should I do that now? Lucas Ignacio. Hi, good evening to you, honey. Should I put up the painting, you guys, right now? Usually I wait to do all that stuff till after the stream, but maybe I should just do that stuff during the stream, right? I don't know. I don't feel like it. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Because I know I'd have to find a nail. That's what's holding me back. I gotta find a nail. Look it, there's you guys. Hi. There you are. I grew up, so I was in Ohio till I was almost 14. But then I went to Salt Lake City and went to high school there at East High School. The actual East High School of High School Musical was my real high school. And And then after that, I've lived all over the world. No, country. I don't know why I said it like that. It feels like it. Now, last night I was telling you guys that I was listening to the Telepathy tapes. Or was that this morning I was telling you guys about that? Nico, don't eat the blanket. What was what like? In Ohio? I did not know that I grew up in a Jewish community. So it was like that. Imagine if you grew up in a Jewish community and didn't know it. That's what it was like. Long Island, yeah. My mother is from Flushing, Queens. Actually, that's where my grandparents came when they got off the boat. Well, they were teenagers, so they met in New York, I think. And then they had a little penny candy store during the Depression and lived in the storeroom with the boxes and 3 kids. And then they went to Toledo, Ohio, and then they moved to Sylvania, Ohio. Haha. Hey, what's up, Serotonin Cowboy? Hi, how are you? Yep, it's post-bath time. I'm trying to get my hair dry by cranking up my heater. I'm really over the cold weather. I'm so ready to break out my summer dresses and little things that I wear and stuff. You guys know that it's like, I prefer no clothes, but it's just too cold. The new guy in his ear. Hi. How are you? It's nice to see you here this evening. What else should I do? Oh, you know what I need to do? Oh, it's almost gone. This is the best stuff ever. Like, I'm not a big fan of mousse in general, but it does actually give your hair more fullness. But this particular one by Nioxin, this is incredible. So let's see if there's anything left in here. Oh. And it's not mousse anymore, is it? So this makes it so that when I roll my hair up in one of my little things, you know, it makes it nicer. My hair is like no clothes is best. I totally agree. And I just, you know, I mean, I could live on the beach. I just don't like the bugs. You know, I don't like mosquitoes, and tropical areas always have mosquitoes. Yeah, do it. Lori, you first. Do you think I should shave my pits? Or is it fairly invisible? Because I've never not shaved my pits in my life. And now I just don't care or mind it at all. I don't know. I'm sure I will this summer. So what was I saying? I did the, Eric, hi! You've been gone a while. It seems like I haven't seen you maybe since last Sunday. So I did take some of this. I do want to see if it has iron in it. You know what? I think that's probably... Ah, you're sweet. It has zinc, magnesium, D, K, and B6. And some kind of ox bile extract. What? It's your birthday? It's your birthday. It's... Oh, you're just kidding, aren't you? No, it's not your birthday. Medium chain triglycerides. But where's... Do I have anything that has zinc in it? I mean, iron. That doesn't have any iron in it. B6. Oh my god, it's got like 85 different kinds of magnesium. I think I should take one of these. How many am I supposed to take? 2? I'll take 2. Upsetting? What happened? What happened? Do you need me to come down there? I don't want anyone upsetting you at work. The new guy, is it really your birthday, or are you just saying that so that Lori will get naked? See? Okay, cowboy. Uh-oh. Now there's 2 cowboys. But regular cowboy hasn't been coming in here, so I can just call you cowboy. He popped on, what was it, last night or something? Right when I was signing off. I think he waits till the very last second, pops on real quick. I need a pedicure. Look it. So, the reason why I think I need iron is because my periods are just too long. They're so fucking long. Hair juicer! How do you juice hair, by the way? Hi! Uh-oh, you're the one and only cowboy. Are you also rooster paws? You had a pervert at work. Who? It's a process. Are you saying like a process? Like processing your hair? Is that what you mean? Like, do you put juice on your hair? I want juice on my hair. I think I need a little baby trim. I don't even know what I did with my nail polish either, because I wouldn't mind slapping some red on these piggies, because that's the only little bit of red left. I know that there's people out there that are not watching right now, probably. We're like, let me see your toes. Okay. Oh, yay, I'm glad I popped up on your feed, honey. So you're not Rooster Paws? You're telling the truth? Oh my god, hair juicer. We can work something out. Thank you. That sounds fun. Oh, thank you. I'm feeling a little better today than I have in a while, yeah? Plus, I come on in the mornings and I'm really not quite ready to talk. But, I've slept so much in the past, 3-4 days that, and then I ate more. But I do think I need some iron, because I just have the longest fucking periods. Sorry, guys. This is for the girls. Why am I did change my channel name. I did. Should I not have done? Did I confuse a lot of people? I figured they'd figure it out. I mean, who else pops up on their feed that's nomad with dogs? I'm a dog too, nomad with dogs. I mean, what? Wouldn't they, Allie? You're still awake? Well, hi. Why are you still awake, honey? Where are you? Are you supposed to be sleepy sleepies? It's because you're on YouTube. That's why you're still awake, baby. You got to turn the phone off. Off. Completely. Turn it off. You guys, turn the phone off at night. Now, if you've got kids, don't turn the phone off at night. I mean, like if they're like, you know, in college or away or something like that. Don't turn the phone off at night if you're someone's emergency contact. But if you're not, turn the phone off at night because those cell waves disturb your sleep. Oh, Crystal River, that's such a beautiful area. Oh my God, you bought a summer home there. No, you mean a winter home? You don't want a summer home in Florida, honey. Ew. But yes, no, I've never done it. I do know where Crystal River is. It's a beautiful area. Probably if I was going to live in Florida, it would be one of the areas I would choose too. My family lives right now in Tampa. Same thing. I like dark chocolate. Winter home. Yeah, that's good. That makes sense. That is so cool. I'm glad you did that. I've never swam with manatees. I'm not sure I would, honestly. I'm good. You are dark chocolate. Well, hello. Jamie, hi. Or is it Jaime? Tarpon Springs. Yeah, of course. Right. Okay, Allie. Check this out. Oh, life-changing. Wow. Allie. Jamie. Okay, now Allie, listen. Imagine you've got a coin in your hands, okay? And if you can find a coin, take that coin and look at it, right? And look at the one side and call it anxiety. And then flip it over and look at the other side and call it excitement. Now flip it over and look at it. Feel yourself. Feel your anxiety. Now flip it over and look at it. It says excitement. Feel the energy in your body. It could just be excitement. So years ago, I was feeling anxious about something, going on a convention trip with a group that I was working with. And the husband of the lady was like, well, maybe you're just really excited. I was like, clever. Have I checked what? So anxiety and excitement are very, very close. And also, there's the whole vagus nerve thing. If you're stuck in the feeling of like you're amped up and you feel like the fight or flight thing all the time, it's a vagus nerve issue. And do you have problems with your periods? Oh my God, I just started listening to them last night. The Telepathy tapes last night. I did. Never have heard of them until. The only thing I can think of is that the first time I saw a guy with a beard. What? Explain. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Frank. I was a professional dancer for many, many years. From the time I was very, very little. Not a professional when I was little, but when I was older. Anyway, so, the Telepathy tapes explains it to the world. Now, all of this I know. right? I didn't speak till I was almost 4 years old. I don't speak until I'm talking to you guys. For the most part, I don't speak. I prefer to text. I prefer to be nonverbal. Ray, oh my gosh, how have you been? And so I get it. All of it. All of it. I did a meditation today where I tried to get up on the hill. I just closed my eyes and tried to relax, and I was just like, I want to get on the hill. I want to get on the hill. I want to be on the hill. And then someone reached out to me and she's like, my name's Jackie. I'm on the hill. I was like, what? And that's all I got is Jackie. And it wasn't spelled normal. It had a Q in it. Like Jackie. Oh, I'm glad you jumped on, Ray. Hang on, okay, so my laptop is over here. I'm reading the comments on the Lappy Scrappy, or else I gotta put my reading glasses on. So, the seen, unseen, our abilities, it's brilliant. What I really love is when Houston said, you can't do this if you lie, right? Do you remember that? And I think that is so profound because people on the spectrum literally can't fucking lie. It's like hardwired. It's just not in there. Funky Buddha. Everybody's coming on tonight. I love it. How you doing, honey? Godfather. Oh, are you feeling a little sore today, honey? I'm sorry. I'm glad you got in the shower. Yeah, I took a quick bath before the live stream too. So Jamie, I think that, if you're there, if you're on the spectrum, or if you have that neurodivergency, or if you have that connection, you should be able to get on the hill, but you can't if you lie. Yeah, it was something like J.A. I don't know, but her name was Jackie, and she came and said, she reached out, and my understanding that I'm gaining is that it will come like kind of slowly. It'll trickle in. Say fork 4 times. No. Oh, you were out on a ride today? Remember when you went on that way too long ride and you were out for like a couple weeks? I think that was after I yelled at you for dating a younger woman. I'm so sorry. God is the hero. You're not on the spectrum, I think. Okay. I'm glad you popped in, Frank. Yeah, Allie, honey, I'm really glad you're here, but you're trying to control the chat, and like this isn't just stuff that I do. I mean, can you write my daughter's name? Say fork 4 times. When are you available to chat? I'm not really sure what you're doing here. I think you're the daughter, aren't you? It's WRIGHT, by the way. No, it isn't. It's WRI. I don't even know how to spell anymore. You've screwed me up. I'm dumb now. I'm like, how do you spell? I don't know. Thank you, Jamie. Spell pterodactyl. I'm glad you are. I'm glad you are. You know where I was coming from, but I didn't know where you were coming from. Dogs, enough. enough. So I do encourage you guys to look at the, thank you, Jamie, to look at the telepathy tapes so that you understand what is going on outside of what you know and what you can see. There's people like me who can see things and hear things and know things, and I'm so grateful that I heard that, because I didn't realize that I was hearing what people were thinking, and once I realized it, I turned it off. I don't want to know what people are thinking. They usually have really negative thoughts about themselves, mostly, and it's very sad. I don't want to hear that from someone's head. Is pretty unique. Well, I'm really glad, and whatever that means to you, unique is beautiful, and that's all that matters. Well, I mean, okay, Frank. I haven't really been doing much editing or really anything like that, you know, but I have been slowly learning Premiere so that I can edit some real videos. Brushes collects loose hair and nurses draw blood. What are we talking about? Allie, I think I'm going to let you go. Yeah, you need to go. Thanks for coming. Much of what you're saying is actual nonsense to me. I'm so sorry to put it like that, but it is. So Rocky Mountain Prospector, Brad Hayden, what are you talking about is degrading? Let's hear it. What is degrading? Should we do a facial mask? That did really help me though when I was, now see, what is this? Is this hair mask or skincare product? Well, it's gone, whatever it is. Allie is weird, so we're letting Allie go. Nonsensical comments, whatever. With great silence comes great ability. Oh my God. Well, so remember the story about Houston where he knew things that the mom didn't know. The father, the ex-husband, was extremely abusive and was doing something to one of the kids, and Houston knew about it. He knew the plans that the dad had because he could read his thoughts too, and there was nothing he could do to help or save or be the big brother hero or anything. How devastating. Well, here's the thing too. He said he didn't know he had a body. He couldn't move his body. The body that he had, it didn't move. So I also came across a video of this other woman that I like. Let me see if I can find it, because she had an experience. She had enlightenment experience. Shit. And she had the same powers for like 4 hours after being sedated. And she didn't think she was in her body either. She's like, I'm not in my body. I'm not completely in my body. So I'm starting to think that is the spectrum. When I was little, I would have episodes where I would leave my body. I didn't know that's what was happening though. Now I look back and I know that's what was happening. And I wasn't even diagnosed on the spectrum until I was 45 years old, like by surprise too. Because nobody would ever think that I'm autistic because I've managed. You know, they don't know what I was like when I was little. So I'm trying to look at what videos. Let me see if I can find this lady just to tell you who she is, because she's a really cool gal. I just really like her so very much, and she's a lot like me in many ways. Maybe you've seen her. She sleepwalks, and they get her at night sleepwalking and what she's saying, and it's really crazy. She's a really pretty chubba-lubby Mexican girl with a like white woodsman-looking husband, and I guess they got a baby on the way. Maybe surrogate mom. I don't know if she's pregnant or what's going on, but I'm trying to find her right now so I can share this with you, because this experience that she had was so amazing. And it was so, there she is. Selena Spooky Boo. Do you know her? I'm going to show you who she is. Well, hold on. Her. Do you know her? She's awesome. So they just told their story. I mean, she got 3.2 million subscribers. Okay, so she just told her story about, I think I saw the afterlife. That's what it's called. And she tells this story with her husband, and it's exactly like these kids. She doesn't really talk about being able to read anybody's minds, but she can see everything and know everything. And that, to me, made me think that, well, okay, so something's going on then where, hold on, let me refresh this. I'm not able to go down in the chat, so I can't see what you guys, oh, there we go. What is her secret to success? I don't know. I haven't really looked in to see like how long she's been doing this and blah blah blah. She has long forms. She's I mean, she's just got it going on as far as content creation goes. She's very, you know, she does the long forms, the shorts, she does the she's consistent. I mean, I don't know. But then it made me think that autistic kids just aren't completely, their soul, their body, their heart, everything's there. The spirit energy, the spirit is not the soul. They're different, okay? The soul and the body is the body. The soul, the heart, the brain, the mind, the body. But then there's the spirit. The spirit gives you your self. And the self that's not just your body self. It's the one who watches you be yourself. The part of you that can watch yourself be yourself is your spirit. So I kind of think that the spirit hasn't completely integrated with the body, or they come in and by 1 year old they're like floating away. They're like, nah, no thanks. Something's not connecting and keeping them in their body. So they're very much out of body a lot. And they can't quite get in the body. Like she was saying, after she was under for 5 hours in the dentist. She said when she came back, like her hands weren't completely in her hands. Hold on. Her hands, everything, they weren't like in her hands. Her spirit hand was not completely in her body. She wasn't completely integrated, her spirit into her soul, into her body to make it function properly and speak and communicate and the repository of knowledge they call like the Akashic records or whatever. Yes. And it's just like in the telepathy tapes, how Lucille Ball had fillings, you know, and could pick up radio signals, and the underground Japanese thing with the so we are conduits. We're antennas. We send and we receive. And this is why I say you guys have to protect yourselves. I mean, I don't really teach like the spiritual stuff. When I come on here, it's like I'm just some kind of rambling idiot sometimes. But in my life, the way I do things when I'm not talking is I'm just in my spirit world a lot. And sending and receiving, and that's the thing that in the telepathy tapes that she was saying is like, we can't assume, like we have to realize that every thought has an impact out there. Everything we think, it goes out there and it impacts the world around us. So make sure your thoughts are amazing. I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's something going on. It seems like there's something where the spirit hasn't completely integrated the body. It seems like there's something maybe like where something happens, maybe. Because are we born like this or made like this? I don't know. I think I was born like this. I remember the moments right before my birth. And I've talked to you guys about that 100 times. And then they were saying one of the girls remembers before her birth. In utero. I remember in utero. But I didn't know it until I was like 30 something. It was a recurring dream. And I think when I was in my 30s, I realized what it was. And it was an in utero memory. It was my pre-birth. The moments right before my birth. Once I realized it wasn't a dream, I quit having that dream. It was just a memory I couldn't make sense of. Aw, thanks, Big Bob. Appreciate that. I do. Loading. You believe that? What is it? What do you believe? We've got to broadcast and receive very carefully. You know, and I was talking about earlier how I was testing out my psychic abilities here on the channel, because the telepathy tapes, you know, they're like 100%. But I'm not 100%, right? I don't think. So, like Godfather, for example, I could see him in his space. And I described everything. And I'm like, but how do I know that you're not just agreeing with me, right? And he's like, well, here's the Google map. And I looked at it first, it didn't make sense. And then it did make sense. I'm like, oh my God, there is a ravine behind your house. Oh my God, there is a side of the mountain. Oh my God, I've literally been seeing this, except that it was a Victorian house and an older road. And he was like, yeah, the whole neighborhood burned all the old homes down. And so all these homes are, you know, newer homes. Since what, the 70s or 80s or something. I was like, no shit, I'm seeing the old house that was there originally. Maybe. I would love to look in the public records and see if it's the house that I was seeing. Because the way that I see everything is just as you'd imagine, like a hologram. I mean, I think it's just as you'd imagine, you know. If you imagine being able to see everything, that's what it looks like. It's like I can't exactly always tell distance because it's all right there. It's all just, you know. Oh, that's interesting. Like what, Godfather? Tell us about that. I think spiritual and extraterrestrial might be the same thing. Maybe. I actually wouldn't be surprised at all if I was told at some point that I am an extraterrestrial. I would not be surprised at all. At all. I've had people tell me I'm a Pleiadian. They look at me like, oh, you're a Pleiadian. Okay, whatever. I don't know. And whenever I used to be very, very, very into prayer. The past couple of years, I've had this like, never before have I ever questioned my connection to my creator, and now I was questioning it over the past couple of years, and now I'm coming up with some answers that make sense for me and everything like that. But you know, they say like the Orion belt and everything like that. Whenever I pray, I always had to face southwest. Well, what's in the southwest? Orion. I'm a blonde, so I am what? I was an adult before I was born. I worked for a tech company that could see the world like a hologram. However, I was called to enter, and I was born. I picked which vessel. Oh, well, good for you. So did you come back? You work for a tech company that could see the world like a hologram. Oh, no wonder. Came the Leo at his feet. That's very interesting. Because I've always been like magnetically drawn. And when I look at it, I can see it so clear. I can see like the sons of Circes, subhuman, and you're rolling on the floor laughing at that. I'm not sure what you said that was so funny. Floating and seeing myself. I was not able to move or speak. You were out of body. Right. So I had the same things too, and it was also a recurring dream until I realized I was out of body. I would go try to walk down the stairs, but I would end up like floating and be like, whoa! And I never hurt myself. I thought I was falling down the stairs, but I never fell down the stairs. I just kind of landed at the bottom and then went into my mom's room. And I would stand over her bed and be like, Mom, Mom, Mom. And she would never wake up. I couldn't figure out why she wouldn't wake up. And then years and years later, I realized I was just out of my body. Oh, last night? I need to go outside tonight and see. It might be cloudy, though. I just haven't been outside at night since we got done camping. Yeah, so you were out of body. You were just out of body. And we can do that now. I've been out of body one time for sure that I know of, because I saw myself asleep in 3 dimensions. You can't see yourself in 3 dimensions, people. Unless you're out of your body looking at yourself. And after that, I never could leave my body because I was scared, first of all, and because, like, why would I do that on purpose? What is the purpose of me needing to leave my body on purpose? There's not one. Exactly, Jamie. It's stuff they just don't understand yet that we know, and they can't understand it, so they don't believe it. That's fine. Yeah, science is an understanding of the world around us, that's for sure. Wow, that is so cool. I'm glad you got to see that last night. Yeah. I'm going to take my car in tomorrow, see what they say, which is probably just more bullshit. And the manager literally said, yo, come in and drive with my mechanic. I said, no, I'm not doing that again. I did that 5 times. The mechanic heard the sound. Go ask him what it was. Yeah, go check out Orion. I don't think it's dark enough here yet. It's only 7, so it's going to still be light out, maybe. Aww. Oh, buddy. And do you guys know everything that's going on with the sun right now? There's another creator I watch that's like explains the sun and all the stuff that goes on, you know, and there's like these humongous holes in the sun right now. These coronal, huge. And it's spitting all this stuff at us right now. Lots. Pray towards Leo and the Seven Sisters tonight. I think that I do. I always face Orion. Just it's like I don't. You could spin me around in a circle with a blindfold on, and I bet you anything I'd be able to be like, boop, there it is. I can feel it. Boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 boop. Well, there you go. Maybe you're on the hill. Maybe all of us are on the hill right now. I want to be on the hill. There's Jackie. Jackie, where are you? Okay, Jackie, if you're on the hill right now and you can hear me, let's tell her to come on the channel. Go to YouTube, girlfriend, and look at Nomad with Dogs. I'm live right now. Come say hi. Cannabis research. Hi. We're all aliens. El loco. We're all aliens, you guys. Let's just agree on that one thing. Okay? You know what? Oh, El Loco. It's nice to have you here. Over the hill. I don't know, but after an hour of talking, I'm done. You guys talk now. I'll keep it interesting for the new viewers there. I can't talk for more than a fucking hour. I know that I have, but it's hard for me to do. It feels, after I talk for a while, it feels like my brains are too big for my head. Like there's pressure. Maybe I talk wrong and put like too much pressure on my head. Because after a while, my head hurts from talking. You live in a cave? I like caves. How's your cave? What signs do I connect to? Well, I do pull in a lot of Sagittarians, and I don't want them in my life anymore. None. I just don't. I don't people. You guys are my only people-y time. But it used to be, you know, the fire signs, Scorpio and Virgo. Those are the ones I would attract to and connect to most. I have the most fun with Virgos. The best sex with Scorpios. The most intellectual, good conversations with Sagittarians. And then Aries are a lot like Leos. But they're just... There's an element of humility that Leos have that I think people would be surprised about that Aries does not have. Hey, NB, how are you? You knew I would say Scorpio. Well, okay, so I've got a Scorpio rising. Scorpio, Libra. I'm like, depending on what year you did my chart, it would say either Scorpio. It used to say Scorpio and then it changed to Libra. It's like, well, it's astrology. Which one is it? So I think I must be right there on the cusp. Scorpio. Godfather, you're a Scorpio. So Scorpio people are like, they're the ones responsible for keeping the human race going because It does not matter. It can be Armageddon and they still want to fuck. They keep the species alive, those Scorpios. Good for you guys. Oh my gosh, dog woman, I need to go out there and see. I don't know those. Oh, you guys are too cool. I want to see. You're a Libra? Libra people, I've only really ever known Libra guys. And I'm very reclusive. Very. You didn't know you were a Scorpio? Huh? I think my hair's almost dry. See, once it's dry, then I gotta wrap it up. Yeah, I'm pretty transparent. What's the word on cancers? I personally can't connect. I cannot connect to Cancer people because they're so private. You can tell them anything, they won't tell you shit about themselves. I can't. I don't know. I don't understand that. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, you're Scorpio. Or you got some Scorpio up in there somewhere. Yeah, y'all still want a fucking Armageddon, you weirdos. I'm just kidding. I guess, what else are you going to do during Armageddon? Fuck. And I did say fug, by the way. I didn't say the other thing. I said just exactly what Joe D said. Everybody, just so you know. Because the algorithm will be like, oh, you swore too much. What? I was saying pug. Okay, you guys talk. I can't do it no more. Should I hang the painting? I'm gonna have to find a nail. No, it's YouTube. If I curse too much, they'll unmonetize my video. You know? If I'm just like, I'll be like, oh no, girl. But why? Those same advertisers will advertise on anything. They don't care. If you're watching, you know, who cares? You know, YouTube is like rated PG-13. Oh, wow. Yeah, they freaked you out because they're so big. Yeah. I calmed down and they swam up to you and they hugged you. How does a manatee hug you? Views are views, right? I mean, seriously. Wow, I know what you meant. You don't have to correct that. We can read and spell check. And yes, that does sound like such a natural, beautiful, beautiful. They use their little flippers to hug you. Like, give me a hug. Come here, baby, give me a hug. I'm saying, dog woman. Oh, see? I've been talking too long. I need more iron. Do you guys take iron supplements? I think that's what it is. And if we don't have enough iron, we're not very magnetic, are we? Eat steak and water? Huh? Oh, Andy's Aquarius? You're not supposed to be compatible. You know what we should do sometime? Send me both of your details. Let me just do a quick code check and see what's really going on. I would love to do that if you want. You know my number. Email or just text me the time, date, and place, city where you guys were born of each of your things. Let me take a look at those codes and see what's going on, because the sun sign is just one part of it. It's not the biggest part even. And the fact that you're going through something that's so unique is probably written right into your code. This much. Cook on cast iron? I do. Uh-oh. Well, now I can't do anything with it right now. I've got to look it up. It doesn't just come into my brains. I mean, I could try. 1980? Oh, he's a baby. He's a baby. Moral compass? I would like my moral compass to be affected. Actually, it was, wasn't it? I allowed an influence in my life this year that really impacted my moral compass. And I still really regret that. I'm 70. What moral compass? You had your first kid in 80. Aww. Yep. Y'all's old ass motherfuckers. Y'all old. I'm gonna be 55. And I look at like last year this time, I was like 20 pounds heavier and I look so much younger. What's a Ben 10? Is that something I can buy at the store? 1997? You know what? Thank you. But I mean, in reality, I think I look amazing for living in 2025. Because have you looked around? People don't look very good. I mean, like, naturally, they don't look good. They're unfucking healthy. And you guys, I've been trying to help people with their health for years. That's why I wrote my book. And people do not look very good these days. They're not healthy naturally. And it is and isn't their fault. We shouldn't all have to become deception experts to know that our government or our government is trying to basically fuck us over with our food and stuff like that. I mean, because the food industry and the healthcare industry are connected. Ben 10, is that a cartoon character in the 90s? You're only as old as the man you're feeling. A Ben 10 is a younger man, like the kiddies show you look good for your age. Okay, so they've discovered that when a younger woman dates an older man, he feels and lives longer. But when an older woman dates a younger man, she feels older and lives shorter. I did date a younger guy. He was like 18 years younger than me, and that was fine for a minute. Younger guys look like toddlers to me, and older guys look like old ass men. And I don't want a toddler or an old ass man. No offense to any old ass men, but there's some people out there that don't want an old ass bitch like me, okay? So I'm not mad at that. Most women don't age as well as dudes. Well, it's societal expectations. And the fact that we've probably not paid very close attention to ourselves because we're trying to take care of you guys. Why do men usually die before their wives? Because they're older than their wives by 10 or 20 years, traditionally speaking. They're older than their wives. The traditional man is older than his wife. Oh, you mean like the life expectancy is higher for men than women? I mean, higher for women than men? Because we have to stick around to take care of the kids? I don't know. Oh, God. You're a beautiful Argentine. Hi. Is that what you're saying? Is you're a beautiful Argentinian? Hi. Why do men usually die before their wives? Because their wives... That's why. Their wives are like, I'm so sick of you. Yeah, that's a good question. But probably it's because they're older than their wives. My grandmother died before my grandfather. Seeing her in the casket was not okay for me to see that. I'm traumatized by that moment in my life. Oh. I think he died about a year later. Oh, so sad. You're funny, I know. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Absolutely. Well, so the book that I wrote, one of the first things I say is eat things that are food. Not everything for sale in the grocery store is actually food. Literally. Make sure what you're eating is actually food. Meant for consumption naturally. It's horrible. The stress, maybe. Stress is a huge one. We know that. Yeah. Yeah, I really have been working the past couple of days on releasing all of the stress that I've had for the past few months, and since August. And before that, but really in August, I just completely blew up my life. My son went back to college, and I just lost my brains. I couldn't anymore. Like, I can't anymore. I just don't like my kids being away from me. And it doesn't mean like, oh, I need them with me all the time. It just means he was so far away. You didn't date for 5... Yeah, see? You know how it is. Big Bob, not a lot of people are aware of that. NPCs abound. When my kids were little, they're like, Mommy, are zombies real? I'm like, look around. They're everywhere. Where's Jackie? Come on, Jackie. Come on the live stream, Jackie. Yeah, it's pretty interesting because the thing is that they're like programmed to get in your way and fuck up your life, right? Like you're driving down the road and they're like, you know, they're just programmed to get in the way. It's like Pac-Man. They're just the little ghosts. It's weird. It is weird. That's very interesting. Yeah, there's, yeah, we're on the same page about that. This is some kind of weird simulation. We're not really supposed to be aware of things like that, okay? So the people who are usually here on my channel are the oddballs in the world. We're the ones who can see past all that weird shit. We think for ourselves. We can't be brainwashed, you know? And so we can still see. Some shit is more plastic than the packaging they come in. Stress shortens your telomeres, which is the mechanism that makes cell division possible. No cell division, no cell repair. Yeah, matrix shit, exactly. And sleep is when your body repairs. Melatonin puts your body into a state of repair. The green grid one night working up Durango Road in Vegas. Whoa. You have it on video. I want to see that. More men die from cell phones than women. Explain. Neo Venus. You're an oddball. If you can tolerate me, you're one of us. Ew. Okay, except that guy. I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple minutes to think about how creepy that was. B12. How do I show it to you? Put it up on your YouTube. Zombie walking into holes and streets. I'm a special human, thanks. I'm not sure I'm human, but I know I'm special. And, you know, special. I'm okay with being special. You know, I'm reading over here, right? Just for you guys that don't know. I'm looking over here and reading. Because if I look here and read, I gotta put on my spectacles like this. I'd be like, ooh, oh, ooh, ooh, you're so funny. Oh, I guess people like this version better. Hey, what drink is that? Is that an iced coffee? Shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, the simulation. Oh my god. We are all special. We are all special, aren't we? Yeah. I won't tell that story right now. I don't know if I've ever told you guys the merry-go-round story, but I'll tell it another time. My encounter with the Beverly Hills Jews. So I'm allowed to say that because I'm Jewish. I can say my encounter with the Beverly Hills Jews because I'm Jewish, okay? Tell it. Okay, so Corey was like 2 or 3 years old. He was really, really big and very, very physically capable. And so we were at a park and he was on the merry-go-round and these 3 little girls jumped on the merry-go-round and started playing with it and he couldn't play on it anymore. I'm like, girls, let him take his turn. And they're like, well, we're Jewish. I was like, oh, really? So is he? And they're like, he is? So in a little bit when I saw where their mom was, I went up to her and I'm like, oh my God, your girls are so funny. And I told her the story and she's like, ah. But when I got to the part where they're like, well, we're Jewish, she realized that I was being sarcastic, that I didn't think they were fucking funny. And she was like, oh, well, we are all special, girls, right? Right? We are all special. Right, right. Jonathan, about 20. I just got sick of eating. You traveled El Loco. Hold on. Jamie, your comment was hidden. Hold on. I traveled to one of my friend's cabin. It was in the forest. I stayed for about 4 months. No signal, no bullshit food, no cars. When I got back to the city, I had a headache for a week. Why did you go back to the city? I wouldn't have gone back to the city. Yeah. I'm not gonna even say it anymore. I'm not gonna say it. I'm what they consider a. I'm gonna say it. No, I'm not. Special motherfucking needs. Yes. We all special girls, right? Right? Mommy, I can tell you taught them that they're more special than everybody else. God's special chosen. No. Okay, first of all, that just because God chose the Jews didn't mean he didn't choose anybody else. They were his chosen people to do a certain thing. See, no one ever asked, what are they chosen to do? Because all peoples are chosen for their thing. So the Jews were chosen to do what? Does anybody know? You can't just say you're chosen. If someone says, I pick you, you're like, for what? Big Bob. Mio. Thank you, guys. Oh, you have to make money. Why? If you're living out in the forest, what do you need money for? You're still sober, in case I'm wondering. You're going to need to refresh my memory, because what happened? Tell me about our conversation. Okay, big. I'm what they call a self-hating Jew. Jews don't like each other all that much, actually. It's a cultural problem. And that is why I don't identify well with Jews. Because they just, it's like they don't even like each other. And they don't like anybody else. Oh, Jonathan, I've been trying. I appreciate you. I have been trying to eat more, but I just can't. I don't want to. Where am I from? I'm in the United States. Chosen to identify talent and exploit it. So the Jews were chosen to show the light of Hashem in all things. Hashem is the name of the Lord. So we're chosen to show the light of the Lord in all things. But I don't think most Jews know that's their job. Jesus was chosen to control the domain of Israel, and he has the domain of it. I don't know. How is he named Jesus and he's Hebrew? Why doesn't he have a Hebrew name? Can anybody tell me? Hey, Alfie. I'm in Nevada. Are you going to come visit? If it weren't for drinking beer and smoking pot, I really wouldn't do anything. I hear ya. No, I have green or hazel gray eyes. I don't know. Virginia Smith, hi. Hi. Yahweh. Well, that's the spelling, but you're not supposed to say it. You're not supposed to pronounce the Lord's name. It's like calling your parent by their name. It's very disrespectful. I'm not fun to visit in person. I have weapons and I use them. Zionism. Okay, so let me explain this though, okay? Yeshua. Yes, you're right about that. Yes. Jews were chosen to show the light of Hashem in all things. Okay, that's what they were literally chosen for. Now, Zionism. Okay, Herschel is this the first one that talked about what Zionism is, okay? And then it was hijacked by politics. So you've got religious Zionism. That's what you find with the black hats in Israel who deface the Israeli flag, fly the Palestinian flag, because there's no Israel until God says there's an Israel, and God didn't say there's an Israel yet. That's religious Zionism. When you go into Israel, the very Orthodox Jews fly the Palestinian flag and live with Palestinians in Israel peacefully. And then Christians go in there and try to talk about, it's like, don't do that. Stop doing that. And if you are a Christian and you go to proselytize in Israel to the Orthodox Jews, you're gonna get spit on. It's so disrespectful. Get the fuck out of Israel. Don't do that shit. And go somewhere where, you know, nobody really wants to be proselytized to, by the way. Nobody likes that. Anyway. You look like a real fun older lady. We could smoke too. I'm done with you. Bye-bye. You're done. I'm not here to find someone to come visit me and smoke with, okay? Just so you know. They will spit on you, absolutely. And you know what? I'm sorry, but that's like me doing anything in a black neighborhood. They don't want me there. Okay? That's like me. I mean, that's exactly what it's fucking like. And I know that because I did it. And they don't want me there. Smoking alone is best. Life of brain. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah. Be nice and respectful. Yes, please. Here's the thing, right? Groups don't want to hang out with other groups. Look at nature. Look at animals. Generally speaking, they hang out with only their own. Baboons and chimpanzee babies will play together, but the moms will come and drag them apart. And then when they get older, the baboons and chimpanzees will fight each other to the death. They don't hang out together. Naturally. As people, naturally, we don't really hang out together and don't want to. Naturally. We're forced to. We're guilted into it. Now, I'm not talking about individuals like myself. I'm talking about groups. And that's just reality. It just is. And it's because your ego needs to identify when someone is very different from you so that you can determine whether or not they're a threat. You need to see when something looks different from you and yours, because it might be a threat. That's all it is. Absolutely they do. What were you doing in a black neighborhood? Well, which time? South Central, Leimert Park, Detroit. Which area are you talking? Which one? Jamie, you disagree with that because we're all one species. We're different breeds though. Look at dogs. Okay, there's the dog species, but then there's the breeds of dogs. And they have different behaviors. They have different likes. They're different. They come from different places, made for different things. Why don't we accept that from people? We're different breeds. Forced associations. Absolutely. So what was I doing in black neighborhoods? Because I dated black guys. And thinking that I was just another person and they're just another person. But the reality is, you're not just another person. You're a white lady. Get the fuck out. Maybe now it's a little bit different, but I doubt it. And I don't know, but I'm going to have to say, whatever. I think that at the core, every group is basically like that, especially the older ones. Now we're so mixed, right? Our kids are mixties. They're ambiguously ethnic. Like, we can't tell which ethnicities they are anymore. And so it is now like there's really, I mean, in a couple generations, you're going to have just so many mixed kids, there won't be able to be that separation of groups. Well, they're not exactly the same species. Wolf and domesticated dog are different in species, are they not? There's breeds. I understand where like the domesticated dogs are descended from, but I think that makes them a different, I don't know. Yeah, 1,000 years, all people will be mixed race. So here's my question though. Maybe we were all mixed race once, and everybody was mixed race, but then you move to the different parts of the world and start adapting to the environment. And then there we've got races again. Here's the reality of it. We're all colors of dirt. I'm like the color of sand. And then some dark, like my kid's dad, he's the color of like rich, dark soil. Like darkety, dark, dark, black soil. Yummy, 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 fertile soil. I'm like beach sand. But we're still colors of earth. That's where we get the color from, I think, is just the fact that we are earth. We have to be made of something. You know? We're just colors of dirt. And even my kids, right? So my kids are mixed. They're a little bit different colors from each other. Should they not like each other because they're slightly different shade? Is one of them better than the other because he's a little different shade, or his one's got like looser curls, one's got the tighter curls? Then you know, they don't have the same body type. They're different, but they're related. So like, we might all be mixed in 1,000 years, but then after that, the colors will start emerging again. The very light to the very dark. The very dark people will live around the equator. The very light people will live up by the poles, further from the equator. That's just reality. Even if you look at a picture of the Earth, the whole middle section of it is a different color than the rest of it. Color comes from where we live, where our ancestors lived. I know, yeah. It's like, but realize we're just colors of dirt. We're colors of earth. Exactly. We're pack animals. And let me turn this down. It's too hot now. Pack animals. Yeah, species and subspecies. Breeds, that's right. Because look at how a Chihuahua behaves. Do you think Chihuahuas like other Chihuahuas? But anyway, I think it's way easier than we all think. I never had those that separation from other people of different ethnicities or colors or whatever. I just didn't. If I had to guess, I'm going to say this is my first time around as a woman and my first time as a white woman. I think probably before I was, well, maybe I was a black woman, but probably I was a big black man. Gay one. A big black gay man. Because when I drink Prosecco, he still comes out. Yep, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. They like tacos. That's racist. No, I'm kidding. I like tacos. Am I a Chihuahua? I got a little cramp in my leg, maybe. I don't know. I did take the magnesium, so I probably don't. I need to get some iron. But so yeah, when it comes to, I mean, think about it. Even with, like, we're talking about the autistic spectrum, right? Neurotypicals like to hang out with neurotypicals, and neurodivergents like to hang out with everybody, because they don't know that that there's a difference. But then when you get a bunch of neurotypicals together, they all vibe together really well. But that neurotypical person and the neurodivergent person, the neurotypical person will not really want to hang out with the neurodivergent for very long. And I'm just generalizing. They've done studies on this. So neurodivergent people are different in their body expression. Facial expressions, walking, there's just something different. And the neurotypical mind sees that and subconsciously is like, something's weird there. Boom. And they outcast the neurodivergence. That's what they found. Neurodivergents don't outcast themselves. It takes us a really long time to realize what's happening and to go, oh, I get it. And potassium. And so now I do realize, and now I have understood why in certain situations I just couldn't jive with people. I just couldn't get into their groove. I don't like the same things other people like. I tried to have friend groups or girlfriend groups or whatever, and they always want to, like, go out somewhere loud and drink, and I've tried that. And after a while, it was so exhausting. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. This is definitely not authentic to who I am. Alfie, you're leaving? Okay, honey. It was really great to have you on. I'll go eat a banana. I know they're full of potassium. So neurodivergence, well, you know, they'll talk a lot about their special interests. But I think each other respects one another's special interests and often shares them. So there's not a lot of chit-chat. There's not a lot of just the regular social banter. It's like torture to sit around and do that. Hi. How are you? Fine. How are you? I'm fine. How was your day? Fine. How was yours? Oh, fine. What do you want for dinner? Oh, I don't know. I thought I'd make some blah, blah, blah. Oh, that sounds good. You know, I mean, no. Just that right there is more than I can handle. Even when I, like, pick up the, sexual alchemy, I know all about it. Absolutely. Your select group of people. And interestingly enough, if you are divergent, they probably are too. You know? So there's, you know, that's one of the main things. They just talk about stuff that I find to be incredibly boring and time wasting. Like, why are you even talking about it? It's a total waste of life. Like, you're literally wasting your life going, hi, how are you? Fine, how are you? I'm good. Oh my God, we all know the script. Can we just skip past that part? Do I believe in Christ? What do you mean, believe? So anyway, I am aware that Jesus was probably very, very aware and teaching and practicing sexual alchemy. Frequency. Yeah, I don't have a bestie. Do I know Christ? Say Christ again. I mean, what do you want to know? What are you really asking me? Am I Christian? Is that what you're asking me? If I'm Christian? No, I'm not. Yeah, useless chit chat is so hard. I can't do it. Yeah, I don't know. So the Christ is an energy. When people are talking about Christ energy, that's the real deal. Knowing Christ energy, that's where you want to be. His last name wasn't Christ. He wasn't born of Mary and Joseph Christ. The reason why he's called Jesus Christ is because he had Christ energy. And he's not the only one with Christ energy. But if you would like to attain or know or approach the Christ energy, studying the teachings of Jesus could help. But you need to go back to very ancient texts because they've removed so much stuff that you don't get the whole story. They'll tell you just a little bit, but not the rest that ties it all together so that you can really attain that level. Or at least come close. If you're asking me if I think that Jesus was the Messiah, I don't care if he was or not. Honestly, I don't care. If you want to know the rabbinical perspective is that he did not fulfill the prophecies. So how could he be? That's the rabbinical perspective on Christ being the Redeemer. But I have been to Christ the Redeemer, Corcovado, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The statue of Jesus. Oh my God. Amazing. Well, no, I wasn't really talking about the Book of Enoch. That wouldn't be in the Christian Bible. But all of them, you know, you need to study ancient texts because they've removed and changed things and manipulated it to be the certain way so that you can't really get the answers. It's like I mean, it's like school. Anything that they teach you in school is only going to be like history. They're going to teach you the perspective they want you to know. Do I think DMT experience? No. No, I don't think that. Moses and that whole thing